Sex workers face many dangers each day. They are, a lot of the time, unsure of who their client is going to be. And as this sex worker tells us, sometimes the risks don't end even after their meeting with a client.
I was being harassed by someone who was offering a lot of money for me to get into the porn industry. He said that he was working for a reputable company, so when I checked that out with this reputable company, they'd never heard of him, and he was very insistent. He was trying to track down where I lived, what my phone number was, and he was very, very persistent and made up a very elaborate story. And I felt he had some idea where I was working, and I was scared that he was going to sort of follow me. So I made a report. Mash told me about the Ugly Mug scheme, and I made a report, and it actually went on to their site.
In the Northwest, there are over 200 members in the National Ugly Mug scheme. These consist of projects, establishments such as brothels and parlours, but are mainly made up of individual sex workers. Alex Bryce is manager of the scheme.
Okay, the National Ugly Mug scheme is a third-party reporting mechanism for sex workers. So we support sex workers when they're victims of crime in reporting to the police if they want to, and if they don't want to report to the police, but they give us permission to share the intelligence anonymously, then we pass the intelligence on to the police and to crime analysts to help bring the perpetrators to justice. And also we send out warnings to sex workers so they can help keep themselves safe.
Only 25% of sex workers agree to give full consent to report incidents formally to police. Detective Inspector Simon Davies of Greater Manchester Police says that without the scheme and the option of anonymity, many incidents would go unreported.
Well, I think there's a number of key issues that I think that we've seen a positive impact from National Ugly Mugs. One of them clearly being is it's given a voice to sex workers in general. I mean, rape and serious sexual offences in general across the board are really underreported, but particularly in this sort of community, even more so. So I think the fact that what we're now getting is we're getting information from members of the scheme which tell us about things that are going on in the areas that we need to know about, gives the police an opportunity to do something about it.
The National Ugly Mug scheme also works with 43 projects around the Northwest, with 7 of those in Manchester. Manchester Action on Street Health is one project that works with female sex workers offering support and advice. Tina Threadgold tells us how the National Ugly Mug scheme has made a difference.
If I think back to when the National Ugly Mug scheme was announced, that we were going to get like a pilot out of it, and the Home Office funded it. I think when we spoke to the women, some of the comments from the women were quite heart-wrenching. Really, I remember one woman saying, "Oh gosh, I can't believe that they're going to do that nationally for us. That there are high-ranking police officers that are actually supporting this as well." So for the women themselves, it's obviously a way of them feeling a lot safer, and for us it's knowing that that information is being shared with a lot more people, so there's obviously a greater chance of perpetrators being caught.
Thanks to the support from National Ugly Mugs and projects like Manchester Action on Street Health, some sex workers are able to build their lives after the incidents that have happened to them.
I've been very involved with MASH, which is Manchester Action on Street Health, and they've brought me along a journey that I've actually left doing escorting now. There's plans underway that I'm going to become the user involvement rep. So I'll be working with the street workers, other escorts, people who work in the parlours, and I'll be sort of making them more aware of the Ugly Mug scheme and how it benefits people and how it benefited me.
This is Siobhan Maguire, Quays TV News.